to instill not just a skill set, but the entrepreneurial spirit that it takes to start with a glimpse, right, a raw insight, and nurture it and develop it into a scalable and profitable and viable venture. And that's what we're all about. And our guest today is Exhibit A in how to do that successfully. Kevin O'Leary has a great career as an entrepreneur, but one of his early startups, the thing that really launched him, was a company that he started in his basement with $10,000 in seed funding from his mother. And it started as a raw idea fueled by an insatiable passion for success. Any of you that have taken the Foresight course here in the Mendoza School understand our affinity for the power of strategic analogies and how we can use those to really catapult an idea. And for this venture, a company called SoftKey International, Kevin midstream realized he needed to make a pivot, and he positioned the mission of the company to become the Campbell soup of software. The Campbell soup of software. So what does that mean? Well, he recognized that in order to succeed in this space, you have to get to a price point that is going to drive volume and enable you to become the dominant player, to control the entire aisle, to become the Campbell soup. And he used that strategy, which led to a change in the whole business model that enabled him to, using his own stock, purchase one by one all of his rivals, more than 60 in total, and become the dominant player in the space. And where does that get you? Well, for Kevin, Mattel came knocking, the toy company, and they offered him $3.65 billion. That's billion with a B. Am I correct, Kevin? For his company. Kevin says that one of the things that makes him most proud is the idea that all of his successes started as small startups, okay? And he nurtured them, and he developed them, and he built them into million and billion-dollar successes. And he's also not ashamed to say that he believes that entrepreneurship and capitalism are a pathway to freedom. And in his words, he says he can think of no loftier calling. In 2011, he wrote a book called The Cold Hard Truth. And today, 3 of our aspiring entrepreneur teams are going to stand on this stage and pitch their venture to our favorite shark. And it's pretty likely they're going to hear the cold, hard truth about what it's going to take to make their venture into a success. So fasten your seatbelts, because I think it's going to be a great ride. So without any further delay, please join me in offering up a warm Notre Dame welcome to Mr. Wonderful himself, Kevin O'Leary. Thank you.
I'll tell you how I want to spend our time together today. I'd like to talk a little bit about television, because obviously one of the reasons I'm here at Shark Tank, it's a remarkable success that we're all amazed at. We're thrilled with what it's become. It's a platform to launch businesses. It's the #1 show in America, watched on Fridays, the #1 show watched by families. The fastest growing demographic is 9 to 18-year-old women. Who knows, they must mature faster than guys, I guess. But it continues to grow, and it's phenomenal. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, because people ask me, why do you do so much television? Are you a narcissist? Do you love to see yourself talk? Do you want to turn every channel and see your face? And I'm going to argue today, and we're going to do a little experiment together, that the discipline of business, the science of business, is very binary. Either you make money or you lose it. It's black and white. Television is sheer chaos. And yet, I'm going to show you a marvelous synergy between the two. Now, obviously, Shark Tank is a platform. There's no question about that. And what's occurred on this show is many people have realized that if you can get on it and you have a product in the market, you can grow your sales by 10,000% in 24 hours. But the true test of its power would be to take a commodity, something that is ubiquitous in America, that we can buy anywhere, and see if it went on Shark Tank, would it differentiate the outcome of that company? How powerful is Shark Tank? How powerful has it become? So my theory was, why not finance a commodity, something you can get anywhere, and see if somehow we could build a national brand on something that has no proprietary value whatsoever. That would be the true test of what Shark Tank was. Now, what could that be? Well, let me give you an example. What is more common than a cupcake? Sugar, water, flour, anybody can make it. Along came a company from Cohasset, Massachusetts, called Wicked Good Cupcakes onto the Shark Tank. None of the other sharks were interested, but I had this theory in my mind. Let's test it. So I'm going to show you a couple of minutes of video from this particular deal. We're going to see the actual deal itself, see how it was structured, and then I'm going to show you the numbers, what happened in the first 24, 36 months since then. What has happened to Wicked Good Cupcakes? So watch this first.